Hello fellow humans and welcome to the Madhouse. I'm Josh and today this is my spoiler-free review of Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda by YA LGBT. This is an American young adult LGBT plus novel. I would recommend this to anybody who is queer or questioning, or who just wants to have a greater understanding of those who are. It is truly marvellous. It's technically a coming out story, but it's also got much more of a focus on the romance. The coming out is merely an aspect of this, but not the main feature. The book follows Simon and his romance with Blue, who is another boy who goes to his school, but because they're both in the closet, they have not met each other in person. They speak online using secret names and secret email addresses, so they are entirely private. Neither of them knows who the other is. So the main focus of the story, aside from when someone gets a screenshot of these emails and is blackmailing Simon, is the two of them trying to figure out who the other is, or rather Simon trying to figure out who it is, because we don't get the story told through Blue's perspective. It's absolutely marvellous. Simon is such a fantastic character and completely relatable. Now, despite never having done secret messages with an online boyfriend when I was at school, I can see a lot of myself in him. I'm wondering if this might be intentional again. I enjoyed this far more than I was expecting to. I would give it maybe 4 out of 5 stars. Then the only reason it's missing out on the 5th star is because it is incredibly American. That's not a bad thing in the slightest, but as a British person trying to understand what they're talking about with sophomores and what are those things called, freshmen, and how the American school system works, and the fact that there is almost a caste system that has been enforced over the school with the jocks and the cheerleaders and the popular kids. It's completely alien to me. It might as well be a story about Martians, because at least then I expect something to be incredibly different. It's not as though this is a new concept to me, because I've watched American films and television all my life, but it's never explained to us because we've never had to. I mean, it's not like we even have something like Harry Potter, which is close enough for the English school system to explain it to the Americans. There's nothing that does that for us. Another thing that was a bit odd for me, perhaps it's different now, but the use of a school Tumblr. There was a school Tumblr when I was at school, which was only, well actually it's 4 years ago I left now, my goodness. But there was one at college and there's one for university as well, and nobody uses them. Trust me, they're not a big deal like this. So unless it's very different in American schools, just no. It's a very sweet story though, and despite not liking sentimentality, like I said, this book makes me feel really nice inside. It's just a nice romance, and it's fantastic to actually see one that for once is not straight. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being straight, but it's everywhere, and it's nice to just see something that fits me even a little bit. The coming out that they experience is fantastic and devastating at the same time, and the revelation of who Blue is at the very end, well, you don't see it coming, but it's fantastic, and ooh, all the better for it. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you've read Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda, please let me know, because I want to talk about it, because I've already had a bit of a talk with what's her name from Y Mermaids? I can't remember what it is right now, it'll come back to me. But that was before I had finished the book, so I didn't quite get the full grasp of it. But now I've got it, and I am more than ready to talk. Also, is my purple hair showing up in the screen? I dyed it because I wanted to, and well, why else would I dye it? But I can't really see much of it in the viewfinder. I've said before, if you're interested in buying the book, I would appreciate it if you were to use my book depository affiliate link, because I will get a small amount of commission, and I'm saving up for a year abroad, but of course I cannot and would not force you. And I really wouldn't blame you if you didn't, because it sounds like I'm begging now, and I really hate it when people do that. Until next time then, have a marvellous day, and I shall see you next week. Tatty byes!